everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan, and today I'm going to be discussing the 20th reunion of Laguna Beach. So let's get into it. Someone said online that this is like the year for millennials, and I just kind of chuckled because I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, you got Hilary Duff, who was going back on tour. You have Laguna Beach reunion. Hannah Montana turned 20 this year. You have Toy Story 5 that's going to be in theaters in June. Pussycat Dolls are going on tour, and there's probably more things that I missed, but I just thought that was kind of interesting because there are a lot of stuff that is either coming back or is being celebrated from the early millennium, so I thought that was really cool that someone said that. And growing up watching Laguna Beach, I was so excited for this reunion, and I don't know, I was left wanting more and a little disappointed. Knowing that they filmed this over 3 days, the reunion was only an hour and 24 minutes. I honestly thought it could have been longer. I saw Lauren on Kristen's podcast, and they had mentioned that they filmed the studio reunion part first, and she said, I really wish we didn't film that first because it would have been great to have the other scenes or other days where it was laid back, more an opportunity to catch up with everyone before going into that. And I think Kristen said she agreed with her, and I totally agree with her now watching it, because in the reunion they would all be in the studio and then they would show clips of things that weren't even filmed yet. And so I was like, how are they talking about things that maybe hadn't even happened yet? Like, it would have been really cool to have like maybe a 3-part series on this, maybe 30 minutes of the in-studio part, 30 minutes at Trey's barbecue, and then 30 minutes at the bonfire, because it was just so choppy that I personally felt that, I mean, it was a reunion, but like it wasn't a reunion, because I feel like the stuff on stage, both Kristen and Lauren said in the special that they really wanted it to feel as a reflection. But like, I feel like it didn't come as a reflection. Like, I don't know whoever the host was, but I feel like there should have been a different host, because you could see that everyone's walls were up. Like, they weren't willing to like share or get into certain things. I think because they knew it was going to be like the performative part. And so they didn't really probably get to talk to each other prior to that part to kind of go in blindly about like what topics to talk about or whatever. Because there were like a couple comments that were made, and I was just like, that did not like look good. And so I'm just like that one about like Steven's grandma saying something about Kristen, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that. And like, it just went to Kristen's face. Like, I feel like Kristen always has to defend herself, and I feel like that shouldn't be the case in things like this, because they were 17, 18 years old, and they should definitely give themselves more grace on things that happened. And so I feel like the reunion just didn't give the warmth, specifically the stage part. Like, if they had someone that they knew that was hosting, I feel like they could have talked about like better things. Like, I just feel like it was so surface level. Like, I really wanted to know, like, why did they choose Lauren as the narrator? Maybe they could have had the creator or the actual person who like casted the friend group and be, you know, talking about the reasoning behind everything, and then maybe talking about like a filming day, like breaking, like there were just so many cool like behind the scenes things that I wish that we would discussed, and not reiterated things that have already happened in the past like 10-15 years that were brought up over time. And I really wish they focused on the duos more. They did do that, but like Morgan and Christina, I absolutely love them. They were 2 of my favorite people in the entire series, and they barely got any airtime. I'm like, why are we talking about Steven, Lauren, and Kristen for the millionth time when we all know that the beef was squashed before MTV came there? Like why do we have to talk about that again? They literally talked about all of that stuff on the podcast that Kristen and Steven did 2 years ago. Like, we don't need to repeat things that we already discussed. Sorry, I'm getting like riled up. I was just I was just hoping for more things. Like, even the Morgan scene about the acceptance, like, I think that they came out years ago saying that was like a fake scene or something. Like, like, why aren't we talking about the things that matter? Like, let's talk about Trey and Lauren and fashion. I know that they talked a little bit about it at the end, but like, ask Trey and Lauren, and like, hey, did you guys know each other were into fashion? Like, do you guys collaborate with each other, like, in school? Or we saw on the show that you guys were doing a fashion show. Like, how did that come about? Or, like, there were just, like, so many things that you could have went into, especially, specifically if Morgan, Kristen, Lauren, and Trey are all, and Lo, are all business owners or CEOs or whatever. Like, why aren't we discussing that more? Like, why aren't we discussing about how far everyone's come, and did you actually see that in sight for yourself? Like, Kristen admitted, I can't remember if it was on the podcast or if it was on the reunion, where she's like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And this kind of had opportunities for her to try different things. But it's like, why aren't we talking about that? Like, why aren't we talking about Steven being on One Tree Hill? Did he want to become an actor? Did he go to San Francisco for acting? Like, what did he go to school for originally? And then, like, I don't know. I was just annoyed with it. And then, like, the bonfire stuff. Like, that could have been a whole entire episode, the bonfire. Trey's house, the barbecue, classic. Like, they should have showed more scenes there. Like, why wasn't it more of a free-for-all? Like, I know Kristen, Lauren, and Steven were all executive producers, but did they have a say on who the host was going to be? Like, why didn't you bring, like, even Carson Daly, who is someone who is so warm and who kind of knows the reality world, like, he could have been a great host and ask, you know, really nice, really good questions. Like, you didn't have to, like, bait them. Like, even the whole hooking up situation with Talon, like, was that necessary? Like, I don't understand everyone wants to get the dirt or anything, but, like, that is something that I feel like that was said before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being, like, so grouchy. But, like, the moments at the bonfire, like, they need to be showing more moments. I think it was Christina, and I can't remember which guy it was next to her. It might have been Talon, Trey, Steven. I don't know who it was sitting next to her, but then they showed Lauren and Kristen having a conversation, but they didn't show what Christina and whoever was sitting next to her conversation. Like, I just feel like there are so many good people in the cast. Like, Lo was so funny on the show. Like, even Trey even shouted out Lo on how funny she was. Like, we should have got more of her. Like, Lo and Morgan were barely on screen in the Zoom call. I don't know. I was just like a little annoyed. I was like, they could have did this, like, especially if the main three people had a lot more power and control in this. I just thought it could have been, like, a little bit better. And, like, even with Alex and Jessica and their personal stories, I feel like there was someone else too. Oh, Christina, her personal story as well, or experience. Like, I just feel like the stage, like, wasn't that warmth ambiance for those serious things that come up. I did like the graduation part. I did like, you know, the prom and those clips that they did show, and we saw their reaction. I just wish it was filmed more like Laguna Beach, where if they were at Trey's barbecue, for example, they showed us different scenes of different people talking about. I feel like we just didn't get enough content for the 3 days that they filmed. Like, it just feel like the bonfire could have been the main one. The bonfire could have swapped with the stage stuff and could have been the main drive for the whole entire reunion. And when they're, you know, talking it up about the bonfire and just laughing at things that they talked about. And then maybe we could have flashback scenes or the serious conversation aside. So I do agree with Lauren and Kristen on Kristen's podcast about we should have shot the in-studio part last. And I don't know if they had control over that or not, but that was something that Lauren brought up, like, right away on the podcast, is that we should have filmed it in this order instead of this order. And I totally agree. I totally agree. It was nice seeing the gang again. I loved all the scenes in, like, the surf shop. I thought that was so funny when Steven answers the phone and he's like, oh, prices, like, just so candid, like, oh, prices went up. It was so funny. I laughed so hard on that. And I liked those little moments, like him and Trey, Steven and Trey, like skateboarding, you know, the girls going to the spa, the grocery shopping. Like that stuff was really fun. I wish they did more of that. More, yeah, just did like more of that type of stuff and kind of give that nostalgic vibe of like the show. I loved the opening credits. I thought that was really cool that they did. But yeah, I just want more, basically, is what I'm getting at. Is like, I want more. I want every footage of the whole entire bonfire scene. I want all the footage of Trey's barbecue. And, yeah. Those are my thoughts on Laguna Beach reunion. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.